Hina uhu Ghana dache if Senor Mansesa.
There is no future for Ghana, for your information. There's nobody who is prepared to change the status quo. We have two parties, and the two parties, MPP and DC, they've made it very impossible for them, impossible for anybody to have a decent third party. Nobody can have, say, or take formation of a party or being a license to operate a political party. NDC did it top class, MPP did it top class, and they are still doing it. And he's saying, if there were to be a possibility of an emergence of a third party established, maybe there will be regrouping. Nipa biba kwa kudi party nechi. Amen. Can you be broad base? Is that what we have here? Answer a capital N-O. No. Meaning, say, from Afarijan's time, how many people or how many parties have been allowed to be given license to operate or to have a political party? It is not possible, virtually. Charlotte say, yeah, Jane Mensah, yeah, they forced Afarijan to do the same thing. And before him, these two parties, and now, so also person political party. The system is telling you, say, 16 regional offices. 16 regional offices. Ma toilet ngoho, ma way ngoho, ma this and that ngoho. Near friend regional offices. 16 for inspection. Who comes to validate and who comes to inspect? The person coming to inspect in one year this MPP and a friend electoral commissioner or by also table MMP. Wa cancel no. Okra ne spreadsheet and in a marking scheme. Or by also toilet in ho. But let's go to the regional offices in the whole country. Nyanche MPP and this apart from Greater Accra and Kumasi. Omunko home officer toilet facility ho. Ni acho say we need nipa 300,000 or 30,000 every region. No endorsement. Now say benye nipa 3,000 every constituency. Na unyana safa Ghana card eka hone validate. What did then habit makunya nipa 3,000 Ghana card yabe register political party?
Hey,
how is it possible? And nobody speak. And we have a parliament of 275 constituencies. And they are telling you, say, 275 constituencies. So when you're a regional head office now, you must have a presence. Literally telling you, say, you need an office in every constituency. What is the Kabene Bayer constituency? 275. Meanwhile, MPP, NDC, at that time, no endorsement, no 1,000. No do a telephone number will come in 1992. They wrote names and they register political parties. They just only wrote names. How come by the two parties, Omumienu actually 32 years? From 1992, actually 32 years. 16 years, 16 there. Now, up to now, almost that kind of stupid political philosophy and ideologies. Say, yeah, ma will be quite party. It is also challenging the government and the system there. Called independent. We they know that the independent makes you weaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have the structures.
Okay. Internet just doctor, not just near who can you now put just you share your Alan omwake not just access to like
can dare not. Don't go there. He can dare not have a political party. What can who know me into himself team a political party? Kakanede Japan and party. Let them try. Let them try.
Oh.
The third force, Chada, quote me. Ghanaian should quote me. Our comprehensive constitution, full book, constitution, running to 600 or something pages. Tip top, that talks about and any ideas are presented. Write your party's manifesto and constitution over 600 pages. Never. Who is going to read that separate document of electoral commission? They will collect it and throw it away. We are the marking scheme. After you know about regions, Having a no beko districts, having a no beko constituency, kofa nipa 3,000 no me you be ade ayimra. Region Ben ubenya nipa 3,000 Ghana cards odu achi. And they say, wow, to a King George or whoever. Now uba no abe from our hampacho kwendo so me party mame. Jemi Ghana card, na me the bema who will give you. They know so be amfama. Unya o mame no ire eno nuam dia obi amfa ne Ghana card mo ni dia o de kwa akoye. So it is impossible. It's independent, that's a struggle. And if you are running independent, it is telling you that you yourself, you cannot take anybody to go and stand. Constituency say, who will be aware there, or stand as parliamentarian. Show me how independent parliamentarians are in power. In the parliament. Yes, you don't know.
Doctor, asa umum dia asa una webie nyoma bie no so na chese deda ye wa bontin na no enkosi bebia.
Nobody can have a party in Ghana except MBC MPP. It is not because of party nimienu. It is because the system does not allow a third party. And nobody has fought in the parliament. We have 275. Ghana, over 68% to 70% of Ghana parliamentarians out of the 275. We top the whole of Africa. We are lawyers. They are all lawyers. Who knows the law? And which country pays judgment debt more than Ghana in default payment? Ghana still. Lawyers in the parliament. Country bed no trade in judgment debt. Ejisika check, equity judgment debt. And your lawyers na sign contract. You can't have a third party. You don't know. Ghanaians are blind. Look, post independent. Obiano we new. Our Ghanaian government system. Post independent. Nobody. Omo more political system. No. Oma na oho. Eko fado. Ne papa His Excellency. Na ne papa a president. You no be a president. Nye news. President Mumuni Baumia, Mamadou Baumia, vice, or by a president of this country, in news, Papa, or a head of council of state, or be a minister. President Mahama, the same thing. President Kofo, his family, top class, and the uncles, they were top political people in this country. In Tinenya news, so by a president, he nurtured his destiny. He nurtured. Akufo-Addo, he nurtured for 40 good years, and would a Ghana seat. Now tell me, which of the Ghanaian president ever in the history outdoor farms? And how can he talk about farms? How can he talk about a farmer, a country or agri, and go to other countries? Koche Swatini, Lesotho. Lesotho, Omo Prime Minister, is the biggest cannabis farmer in the whole of Africa. And is the biggest cannabis oil extractor on the whole of Africa. It's why Yaka farms are sema, Obichimaka farms are sem, Winimehani. The problem. Some one Ghanaian president. I know a businessman who tria workers. Show me all of them. From the military regime to today. You don't know this country's history. Nobody has come from anybody, anywhere to be a leader. Yenya 13 government, 13 president, head of states, 13 post-independent in 1957. Tell me which one of them. Was there a Champon who was a businessman or what? Was there a Kufu? Did he have farms? A Champon or farms? A Free-for-all farms? President Liman. Yes, Hela Liman. No novice. From Goluno, his father was also a diplomat. Obey a diplomat, obey Ghana ambassador to France, obey a president. It's in the news. Yenya different president. John Rawlings was not a novice. At that time, at that year, half caste. Me no me nekura still like you half caste be I sorry we bruni. Presidency one no di agro. Na his mother was a matron at the presidency. Obey a president no no ye coup d'etat. Ebe military leader no Akatapore Hali Dujuwa Ejebuedi. What did he do after 2 years and okatu omina and osadi reinstated the political class na no so ompen. Osadi omina by that gave birth to all these people. Were they novice? No. Those are the people of today.
Hey.
The country has produced 5 presidents from one school at Chimota. 5 presidents. In any school, we are the Chimi produce president. Kobompata Secondary School, so about president of Ghana. Nyonko Parliament. We're talking about governance. Only 8 or 9 schools, 8 schools. And our Ghana head of parliament committees. 8 schools. Prempe College, Opokuware, Adisco, this, Fancyman, Fancypim. You get it? Wesley Girls, and a Holiko, a Briggs, and one in the case of a man, Oma Kenyan committee, Kohe baby of schools, it is a whole cock of rice, so called board, yes, secondary school. You will never be a committee chairman in parliament.
You don't
come in.
Doctor, I'm sorry.
Who say or your NDC or your Pokuware boy, once you MPP or your Pokuware boy, they meet and talk as Pokuware boys, they don't talk about Ghanaians. And 2.5 years a party to party. Go and look at what they do in parliament. That is a country. No more than 10 schools. And a managing Ghana parliament from time immemorial till today. Achimota boys in Presek in Dokuja Tomiti or non counterpart or committee. So how many years have they all been in the parliament? But we call them ranking members. Can you go to any country in this world, including even African country, smallest country? Nobody parliament in 8 years in parliament, and you turn out to be a ranking member. So where is our maturity level? Into a parliament you are, they go there and shut down. Kofi Adams, what is Wakasebim? What is a Kwashiga Kasebim? How many people speak on the floor of parliament? Sam Siahi, Ekoka says CD is gaining weight. Papa also and Kwamaka Chen said CD is not a human being. At a meal's time, when Timin Kasa parliament, you will shut down because they're marking grammar.
Wow.
It is all be business school, college, Bebusko, Achisco, Nessa school now. You are joking. You are not part of the system. So when you take decisions, and it will be free parliament, no about up radio stations. Yeah, pass a bill, no other. No, no, why because one treat the corner. New school no ko en grammar yet. Anko Presek, Anko Achimota, Anko Pukwa, Anko Prempe, Anko St. John, Pope John. Wa busuku ni yet. There is a country. Country on what Timatinasi. From Rollins time. Before Rollins time. But then deeply from Rollins time. Ebabe leading to President Kufuor's time. What a great education system. With secondary school, second circle institution, were grade you were grade A, you were grade B, you were grade C, I quite say grade E. Now so many years I'm back. And this will be what pre-second when school near rated grade A. And will be so what your friends say, Daman secondary school, a grade E. On choir was home in actually English back. How do you expect someone who was at school grade E, any grade F? Already school name we are a failure, a failed school. School near failed school. And or no there back. English master or how a people teach or no one passing English. And then watch our more pass it. Until at the end of the day, science school some board the home the Beko University, home the Beko Lego, home the Beko Tech. Niacho mom koye medicine, mom koye mo amanka no. Ni ama combination koko e wuntimi akoye fita. The system had graded said Oba obe failing koye seamstress hairdresser. Na sikafo ni ire nya ni obi moniti. Wuntimi dia pebe me bi boga bi anapodu America me waro. How come ba say ma pase failure nyina aba New Jersey bi wo ho New York wo ho fufu nurses odin fufu obekọ na dwuma clean. America used 2 weeks to train them to understand simple medical and home aid services. Because one passing mathematics in T, one passing English in T, and to the Ghana system had made it in a way say, young Fabibia Modin Yankwasha master in English, young produce qualified master in English master, young Momunya more. So Biba pass master English, Uncle says Kunama Bubujin. Where Yaka and Grandma, we a failure, where Yasuswa, but Cherry Media, Zutia Bakumbiunu, over Pentiment Trebi Makotenefi, Kosia Juma, and Yasasako Bokrono. This is the system.
Jesus Christ.
So at the end of the day, those who goes to the court, the judges, the lawyers, no mina pass one kaba. It will be bonia or back court and channel. A charge and big process. But when I'm so close school phone, who could judge be a numa? We are done here, or you're a carpenter, building trade. We are done here, me a plumber, then building trade. We are done here, me a mason. And if you just sentence in a corner, from jail is a plumber. The next time I come on, farmers. The farmer has been jailed 40 years for deferment. country a wo agric and no backbone of economy. Farmer or near cocoa farmer. So for whichever reason, kwa bibi and finding corporation, ye jail in 30 years. Meanwhile, administrator, our koto cocoa where we are cocoa sikano, or nuko gentleman 2 years no appear, near farmer good conduct. This is the country. Who is to change it? Now, be a better baby actually say good governance. They are crazy people. They didn't know what they were talking about, and nobody seems to challenge them. What is the meaning of governance here? Good governance.
Well, dear doctor, Mama Professor Al Wahab Farouk. You were Professor Lumumba, Kenya, but what you Professor Ghana, you Professor now, because when I will be Major Mame who says, Sana, Honorable Kennedy Japan, a man for honorable to who on him so untimentano.
He cannot have a political party for a minute.
Oh,
Alan Chamatin to political party, you'll be a little bit matter. The conditions now, the cultural constitution. Do you know how it goes into the right of constitution? Over your party no be a constitution. You describe what you want to do. Can't you bend the way we are? Now, United States, I'm going to party. Do not have to tell the Americans because state in here the same. Even if we are talking about land, the land topography is not the same. How do I have to write and convince the electoral commission who is even to read? And the person reading or a Messiah or a Jesus or a Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And wakasa adi we have shared the mijitum. No man can say party manifesto nom the coalition. E would you nom to execute and two party manifesto no kwam. It even produce a result when you are in government. How much more do you tell somebody to write a constitution before having a political party? Nonsense, crazy. We are so stupid and nobody accuse it.
Wow.
We are so stupid. Our mindset, Ghana mindset, Nankasano, is we call it an educated, illiterate country.
Jesus. Dr. Anti, what happens to an independent candidate to be obeying presidential election?
It will never happen in this history. Independent country can be independent party or independent person can be a kingmaker. That one is possible. That one is possible because the mindset is so super glued on the wall. Meaning, say, now you're talking about Ghana youth. When are Ghana youth? We have matured, crazy adults, including you yourself, including maybe my kids. There's no Ghana youth here because, say, me papa, me mama, my father would have been over 70. He wouldn't be at 70 so chasey politician be. I couldn't check or support. Your mother wouldn't do that. But by their ages, when you grab a walking stick or the MPBH, who are the MPs? A support to is the Ghanaian youth 18 years to 36. No, Kenya man phone card, near catching a party communicator, near man phones 5, near man credit 5, no 150 Ghana cedis, near top credit amano, no a tune King's Radio, no a tune Kesben, no a tune P7, no a tune and a papa program in radio system in him. No a friend near the NATO so, or no one a secretary, no the NATO so, and a permit pneumonia for a boy, Juma papa. Pasia, if you are not stupid, you the same person, only 100 Ghana cedis, you Pasia, there way. Who is doing that? Is Ghana youth. Where are the youth? Now let's go to the universities. The 10 and the TESCOM. 10 and the TESCOM, what are you for? Ghana youth. Both who came from Kane, Haruna Idrisu, Okujeto, your friend is Fifi, and Samia Uku, all those they were part and 10 and TESCOM. How many times Atamis introduced you to Ghana governance? Mama, Ebetua also introduced me. Kufa do so Abetrebi, Edwoma ba. President Kufa there. Now we are coming from one regime to another entirely. It was no a whole lot of pressure and to them paying for a year. But the last three. President Mahama, President your friends Mills and Anako the Danko Kufado. Let me introduce you. Tell me what the youth ministers, how have they impacted the youth of Ghana? Those are the questions you should be asking them. Who can the old political class? Of course, we are back at it. We are not. Waboka no da ho and wade bunyako betria. Now young guy na who 1 year jumada, na munya jumada within overnight no what my baby mansion 3 East Legon was when you corrupt who quota reader who can MPP ni send this for a corrupt and this was MPP for these are the youth boys. They went into governance in their late 30s. Some went into early 40s, 45. You still fall within the youth bracket. How many of them have helped the Ghanaian youth? Some say a young boy, child appear. Who are the people sitting on the internet writing nonsense? Oh, make sure baby on your nisika. Ghanaian youth adults, where they got their money. If not anything, we've seen say he has workers and he pays taxes. He has shown what he's doing. How many of those politicians, the old class, was a estate manager? And I know a real estate. How many of them Robachas in the farms? How many of them Robachas? But yet, properties in Yamom Yokuma, Obianti Musabe Biomiascan. So, youth against the youth. Who write nonsense about Ghanaian youth? The Ghanaian youth does that. Until they are not youth, they are matured adults. And that is why I'm saying that the country has no future. Because the youth who are supposed to stand. Look at Basir Rufai, on in the boss.
Yes.
Usman Songo. These boys were in jail without any party. Macky Sall did not allow them to have any political party. What Shwomini and Gumgum was jelly Usman Sonko. So rape will be a brand boy in 22 years. Oban Kwenu Obani Jin Mame, but what me dinitum. Bashir find any deputy or genitum. Or we and what parties 172 to eclipse the Senegalese party system. Or Pronuno down with its own system by 70 or the by 40. The Senegalese youth say we don't care. As long as we have the independent avenue, we will vote for them whilst in jail.
Yes.
They came out from jail to be a president and prime minister.
Yes.
That's the kind of stupidness that
Yes.
my you to be my major constituency, or major dance man. So I Ghanaian you for 30 years. When you Juma, no pay. Ubating Pasa Simon Bekancheno. Obinko Jakaneshi. So I Ghanaian you for 35 years. We're youth activists. Behind in the area. So a so called parliament. Young should be better manner. Nyankofa will be or no akobo busia begina ho no wetimatua constituency executive nipa 15 district or anase constituency no MPP and I say NDC strongholds and you say nipa 15 the executive the next day or a parliamentarian. Who are the people who vote for them? Is that not the same youth?
Oh, Ghana, we are doomed.
Country Ghana in terms of governance only the number 5 in Africa or 8 in Africa. And number 1 in West Africa, 40th in the world. Who is writing here what and who is saying what here? So, governance, what does governance stand for? See, as a governance, does that mean that yeah, country be yate president? Na country new president, your parliamentary system, your judicial system, your the lawmakers who are the parliamentarians. And when we put that through, now yanti sebia judiciary ebia the legislator and presidency, which is the executive neku. And as a country, no, you civil uprising biaho. Right. And our country, you war biaho. And our country, you massive demonstration, destruction, etc. And none in your friend is a good governance. No. Abrokono, they write what we want to read. And they write what we want to hear. And what satisfies them. Survey, for your information, there is no survey that is free of charge. Survey. There is no survey free of charge. Survey on international or different platforms. It may be a international organization. It will be NGO. Right. It will be platform. Your platform need be the Imani or Ghana, your IE or Ghana. IE no anya ubi na disio. Any pe na tumo say you will be a group of consultants and you form a certain group and as a certain platform to discuss and alert and then to bring to the limelight and there may be a course on your daddy and by so doing no abenya an international body say sponsors and say you identify with momo juma mo ye nti se mo hia funding amomo me and there may be also a consultancy project nti e bi aban bibi na ya de amamu hwehwem na mo me report e bia na World Bank no the project bia koma no e bia IMF you share report to be motion na mo fa mai ni nyina ya adwuma you pay for that services and Ghana onye short of says in Ghana all the presidents obia lobby survey for a report to look good. President Mama why President Mills in the time omuyebi President Kofo back to back omuyebi Rollins omuyebi in the survey there if you see a survey reporter then we always say is it a domestic survey report and answer an internationally powered survey report. Now, reporting what went into the report. What was the basis? Barometer a benum de to measurement benum de to tape benum de beton. When again I know more say. Now, also governance. Governance is big. Governance is big. Big and it's a governance packages and I say it has something to do with management of the country. And for that matter, management of the country's resources. And governance also has element of administration, administering the country, services, etc. And you say an administration. Yes, sir, governance is also you have to monitor government operations. You have to supervise the government to all the sectors. So you have monitoring, supervision, and then you control. It's also under governance. And yes, sir, Bibi say electoral governance, electoral processes. Now they are reading it, they me reading. Nipa ne be fair free say Ghana since 1992. Prior to that, neo-military regime that went on for 11 years from 1982 and Tokwama Aman could do 1992. So we do 1992 na Ghana transfer power peacefully, and you started a year what is called electoral system. Yibinya multi-party democracy in 1992. Up to 2024, Yababinya as many as how many governments? 8 governments under the Fourth Republic. And Zianya 8 governments under the Fourth Republic. And yenti say country no enya entokwabia omoko. Civil servants, the civil uprising biamaha. And tokwe wokrum ha obetingina a chieftaincy, which is local. And the Kwokrum are standing for over 30 years. Omun Yomagin so besolvon. Aya Nkunya Alabanyon Nkunya, which is nonsense. In a country of 40 million populated nation. Na onono, na dia or why only Alabanyon Nkunya is the only country, is the only fight Abagasa Wahab. Dia Kenya Boko Mamprusi Ala Konkoma and Ashanti region and Nina chieftaincy. These are called avoidable security challenges. But when you come to governance, as in we call it a governance as a chemistry of governance there, then we are talking about say country, you know, your presidential tenure, your electoral tenure, your economies, your security, your administration, your management, all those that you put together gives you the governance. But then is that what we are seeing here? And to me, make sure to say, cleanliness. What about the governance of that? Poor. Share your unemployment governance, which is very bad. Share your education governance. It is very poor because the curriculum, the universities, no Ghana university brand and build any student to be independent student to do anything apart from giving them a certificate. So we don't educate anybody in Ghana. We give them school. So we have people who have gone to school. We don't have people who are educated. Because if you're educated, it comes with profession. And if you have profession, you can lead and live life and do things. You don't need to write application and stand to wait until they get to work. What about that one? Into education governance poor. Then you're talking about the economy. If you have economic prudent governance, you will not a country without resources. What is called $3 billion, which is up to the budget, not even up to a budget of Lagos State.
Wow.
3 billion is not up to the budget of Lagos State. India unemployment. Such a country need to meet unemployment students, Students Unemployment Association. Governance now we are with unemployment, and no any dear. Now let's talk about city.
Right.
Waste management. Ghana lives in the most dirtiest country, city in the whole of the west of Africa as we're speaking now.
Hey,
you got the dirtiest country in Africa. Ghana tops one of them. That governance in Yatiwa Savannah. Why am I saying this? One in him Accra. Go to the city Accra, which is your capital. Downtown Accra, from Farouk up to downtown Accra. Cocoa Board, police station, central police station. I call the whole Accra. Every street have been taken over. Every street have been taken over on La Paz. Every bridge, Bokaye, Kwame Nkrumah Circle. The bridge is only full of criminals, thieves, any your friends say drug addicts. Will no drug addict etimakofa empa under the VIP anymore. Are you talking about a good governance? What is the meaning of governance here?
Oh.
Can you just lift your bag? Now about betina say if in America, who bet my papa say bridge be I say yeah drug addicts, yeah bandits. I need a fee. Is that not part of governance? It is supervision anyway, zero. Monitoring anyway, zero. Control anyway, zero. Now let's go to the ministries. Let's go to the ministry sector by sector. Ministry marginally. Ghanaian ministry just even a decent toilet with toilet roll, including the Ministry of Finance. Come visit. Na Ministry of Agric, Ministry of Energy, na as a visitor call for public business. So betima toilet so excuse me to say. It is a ministry now, sector now, all power the work of the government, making it a government, and the business of government is governance. One ministers are appalling. How many times do they go to work? When did they go to work? They report to work at 9:10. And they leave by 2:30 with an example, with an excuse to say, or traffic. Do you call that one governance? Do you call that good governance? Good governance, go to the agri sector. Good governance when the better Homer say, in a bumper harvest of tomatoes after 3 months, then there is a scarcity of tomatoes after 3 months. And you don't have even a single incubator. Say, metima hodo, metima kipu. Na me reserve, na conserve, na preserve tomatoes, so that people in Akamadan and then the farmers, won't continue tomato sungu. What about orange? What about your friend is a watermelon? What about all those agri producers? Because there's a bump and there's no buyer. Within 3 weeks, now I want it off. Now I scarce. Is that governance of agri that we are talking about here? Then I will compare Ghana to countries. Then I'll compare Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. Then compare governance. Who the fact say, who talking about governance because you need political exile. Your former presidents in Umu Krumha, Chair the Nyamia Turns after Umu. Your criminal ministers, your criminal chief executives, a criminal judicial system, your criminal MPs, over the years up to this time. When a government system, Ghana government judicial team do be to my panel to face punitive measures because with your money seeker openly known. But these people have the gas. They go to Ghana court or court process, charge and bail. 8 years, now government now over. Another one case now. Meanwhile, a young boy of 24 years, yes, who are then will call the file will be and now we are telephone. Judge a man 50 years. Do you talk about that judicial governance?
Wow.
When they did Ghana or the jail, is that governance that they were looking at it? Governance is holistic. Yes. Governance is vague. Governance has a lot of things. You don't choose and pick. So whoever did that kind of shoddy job, that kind of funny survey, they did a survey because they were paid to do that survey. Oh. And I can sit in my room and give analysis analytically. In-depth analysis of individual sector by sector, and let's see the governance that covers that kind of this. Yanko is State Protocol Department.
Hey!
It is the West. The face of every country is your State Protocol Department. Ghana State Protocol Department say or toilet cry or State Banquet Hall. Now you visitor.